Go on, Kratos, kill them. And they say video games make you violent. Oh, who's this then? Oh, it's Carl. What's he got to say? I would give anything to unknowingly slaughter my family and become the ghost of Sparta. I think you might need to get yourself a hobby, mate. And not that one, you dirty boy.
Dirty boy, dirty, dirty, dirty.
But enough of Carl's bedroom antics. When it comes to God of War, this gaming series has a great story filled with mythology and over-the-top violence. However, to fully understand the reasons behind Kratos' quest for revenge, join me for part 1 of the God of War timeline. Within Greek mythology, the thunder god Zeus was renowned for his extra-material affairs, and upon the birth of Kratos, Hera, the wife of the thunder god, ordered for the newborn baby to be killed. However, Zeus took pity on the young Kratos and spared him the fate of the underworld, allowing the young boy to grow up among the Spartans.
Danger's my middle name.
Eventually, his mother would birth another child called Deimos, and upon his birth, it was noticed that this child had unusual birthmarks all over his body. As the two brothers grew into children, Zeus learnt of a prophecy revealing that he would be killed by one of his sons, who would be known as the Marked Warrior. Fearing the worst, Zeus sent Athena and Ares to Greece to search for this Marked Warrior. The pair speculated that this Marked Warrior was in fact Deimos, and due to his unusual birthmarks, he is taken away by Ares. However, Kratos tries with all his might to protect his younger brother, but is violently cast aside by the God of War. This encounter left Kratos with a permanent scar, and was the beginnings of his lifelong hatred of the gods.
I hate you!
As he grew older, Kratos would eventually tattoo his body in honour of his younger brother Deimos, mirroring his birthmarks of his now deceased brother. Over time, Kratos would join the Spartan army to become one of its most fearsome warriors, and as time progressed, he would eventually go on to marry and father a daughter. This combination of family man and Spartan warrior made Kratos a very dangerous individual. In the coming years, Kratos would develop a lust for battle and eventually become the champion of Ares. With a thirst for war, Kratos and the Spartan army would go on to decimate the opposition, before coming face to face with the equally dangerous army of barbarians.
Oh, come on!
Being defeated in combat, and before the killing blow can be dealt, Kratos pleads to the God of War Ares for help, unaware of the repercussions this decision will bring. Hearing this cry for help, the God of War Ares decimates the barbarian army and gives Kratos the Blades of Chaos. With his victory over the barbarians, Kratos would go on to serve Ares, winning many battles in the name of the God of War. But eventually, the wheels of fate would begin to change. One eventful day, Kratos would be warned by an oracle not to enter a certain temple, but he ignores the advice of this mysterious woman and enters this building of worship. Upon entering, Kratos begins to hack and slash everyone inside, and as the bloodlust settles, he comes to a startling realization. He has in fact slaughtered his own wife and child. In a cruel twist of fate, Ares had transported them inside the temple, trying to free Kratos of family life and turning him into an ultimate killing machine.
Get down.
Now filled with anger, Kratos denounces Ares, but before he leaves the temple, the oracle takes the ashes of his family and coats his entire body. From this point on, Kratos would be known as the Ghost of Sparta. Looking to redeem himself for the horrors of the past, Kratos would go on to serve Mount Olympus, going on many adventures filled with trials and tribulations.
Neat.
Now estranged from her brother, Athena will guide Kratos in his quest for retribution, but the Ghost of Sparta needs one thing to defeat the God of War, and this would be Pandora's box. After surviving the barrage of traps, enemies and godly trials, Kratos finds the box of legend, and before you can open it, a massive pillar is flung by Ares, impaling Kratos and slipping his mortal coil.
What?
However, not even the kingdom of Hades can contain the Ghost of Sparta. Kratos eventually escapes, reclaims Pandora's box, and unleashes the horrors within. From this otherworldly power, Kratos grows in size, and what follows is an epic battle witnessed by all of Greece. But soon Kratos overcomes the god of war, impaling him with the blade of the gods, and from here, Ares perishes from the world of man. With his task completed, Kratos has been forgiven of his past sins. However, the gods of Olympus cannot remove the nightmarish visions that still haunt the ghost of Sparta. Knowing that he would never be free of the horrors of the past, Kratos hurls himself off a cliff. But before death can claim his soul one more time, Athena saves Kratos and offers him the role as the new god of war.
You're goddamn right.
Sometime later in the city of Rhodes, a mysterious eagle appears and saps some of the godly energy from Kratos, and then takes said energy and puts it into the Colossus of Rhodes. Despite the odds being against him, Kratos manages to defeat the Iron Giant with the Blade of Olympus, and then comes to realise that the mysterious eagle was in fact Zeus himself.
Oh my.
Zeus demands loyalty and obedience from Kratos, and when he refuses, Zeus takes a Blade of Olympus and plunges it into the chest of Kratos, instantly killing him. Once again back in the underworld, Kratos somehow manages to overcome eternal damnation, and while in Tartarus, he runs into the Titan Gaia. Learning that the Blade of Olympus is the very same weapon that Zeus used to defeat the Titans, Kratos overcomes many trials and tribulations to travel back to the past to obtain this legendary blade. Appearing at the point of his death, Kratos pulls the Blade of Olympus from his corpse. The fight between Kratos and Zeus continues until the ghost of Sparta manages to overpower the god of thunder. But before the final blow can be dealt, Athena jumps in front of the Blade of Olympus, receiving the killing strike from Kratos. She reveals that Zeus is in fact the father of Kratos, and angered by this, the ghost of Sparta travels back in time to help the list of the Titans, to wage war on the remaining gods of Olympus. But that's enough for now, but anyway, come back next time for part 2 of the God of War timeline, and see how far Kratos will actually go in his quest for revenge. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next game.